Because I'm not an actor, I'm a backstage person, where I, lighting, sound design, direction, adapting it from novel to, theatre. There are no institutes to train them. In a country of with a population of 1.4 billion, you have the, Pune Film Institute, Film and Television Institute of India, and you have the Satyajit Ray, Film Institute. Angikam Bhuvanam Yasya. Anybody who's got some classical background will sing this, Angikam Bhuvanam Yasya Vachikam Sarvavagmayam Aharyam Chandrataradi Tanmah Satvekam Shivam.
हमारे साथ हैं प्रकाश बेलावड़ी सर, जो किसी परिचय के मोहताज नहीं हैं, बहुत अच्छे कलाकार हैं, एक सोशल एक्टिविस्ट हैं। सर, सबसे पहला सवाल आपसे पूछना चाहूँगी कि एक्टिंग में करियर बनाना है, ये कब सबसे पहली बार दिमाग में बात आई थी?
See, firstly, I'm going to reply in English because I can't be as fluent as you're in Hindi.
No problem, sir.
See, acting is not a career. If someone thinks that they can study to become actors and make a career out of it, I think they're on the wrong path. There's a problem in the thinking itself, because all art, not just acting, is not demanded by the public. You have to grow paddy and you have to grow wheat. You have to grow even sugar cane, although I don't support it. But what I'm saying is, what people need, are careers you can plan. But any art, if you write a poem or make a painting or you do a sculpture, nobody's asking for it. You do it because of your own impulse. But it's true that we have made some kind of an industry with acting. It is possible that if you're trained, there is a better opportunity for you to make a career out of it. But there is no guarantee. Everybody, at a certain age, will think they want to be actors, perhaps. I don't know. A lot of people aspire to be actors. But it's a very dangerous idea to think that you can make a living out of it. It is possible that it happens, but it's not a good plan, I'm saying.
अभी हाल ही में आपने कुछ बहुत अच्छी हिंदी फिल्में की, पर मैं आपसे पूछना चाहूँगी कि हिंदी फिल्मों में आने में आपने इतना समय क्यों लिया?
Because I'm not an actor, I'm a backstage person, where I, lighting, sound design, direction, adapting it from novel to, theatre. That's the kind of work I always used to do. But because I used to teach so much acting and so much filmmaking and stuff like that, one of my near student, he was not exactly a student, but he would come and take my advice. He was the fourth assistant for Shujit Sarkar for Madras Cafe. So he sent me a script and he said, he kept sending me the scripts to do TV commercials. I said, I won't do, because I won't endorse products that I don't use. I would tell him, But he asked me, I thought the script was terrific. I had done movies before because Girish Karnad was a very great friend, and I had known him from my childhood, and he gave me the first break actually. I had acted in a film before as a child artist also, because I happened to be there, and they gave me a small role. But a real acting role, Girish Karnad gave me first. But that was it. Nobody noticed me in that. But I got big notice when I did this audition for Madras Cafe. I did it myself. Actually, I shot it myself and sent it. And then I was selected. Even then, I didn't take it very seriously. I acted in 3 or 4 films without taking it seriously. Now I have acted in about 90 films in about 6 languages. So it happened by accident, in the sense that I never planned to be an actor. I had always planned to be backstage director and writer. That's what I kept doing. But suddenly this thing happened in 2012 or around thereabouts. So the last 10-12 years I've become an actor.
Alright. ऐसा कहा जाता है कि इंडस्ट्री में आउटसाइडर्स को काम मिलना बहुत मुश्किल होता है. क्या आपने कभी अपने आसपास नेपोटिज्म या इस तरह की कोई चीज़ महसूस की है?
See, I want to put this thing at rest once and for all. Okay? If Dhirubhai Ambani builds an industry, his children will take over.
Definitely.
You don't call it nepotism. If you want to call it nepotism, he doesn't care. Let's put it that way, okay?
True.
There's no law against it. You can do some moral construct on it, nothing else, okay? See, like Infosys is a counter example for it. The 5 founders did not want to promote their own children. They gave, shareholding, equity. But that is what helped them grow as well. There are different models of business. I'm saying if a carpenter's son becomes a carpenter, you don't call it nepotism. You got an opportunity to learn because he was born in such a house, in such a home, in such an environment. The problem is the word, when it's used in politics, it's very different. It means a very different thing. Because I'm born in a political family, I inherit leadership. It's not a comparable same idea. Somebody else makes you a leader. Somebody else elects you. They should get a chance to elect the best people. You should not avoid the chance of bringing the best in your party or in whatever you got. You should bring the best up for election. If somebody from your family occupies that position and does not allow anybody else to come, then it is nepotism. But if somebody puts money, if the papa has got money and beta is going to act in that film, if you call it nepotism, it becomes a silly charge, okay? If you want to make a film, you ask your papa to give money and to do it. If you don't have money for that, then you struggle like everybody else does. Anybody who wants to get any job also struggles like that. So there are lots of jobs in the industry. There's an opportunity to employ 6 million people. There are no institutes to train them. In a country with a population of 1.4 billion, you have the Pune Film Institute, Film and Television Institute of India, and you have the Satyajit Ray, Film Institute. Both these are government funded, right. And I think Pune Film Institute takes 10 or 12 people, to learn filmmaking, and 10 or 12 people now they restarted the acting courses. I think they'll take the same thing. I think in Satyajit Ray Institute, but I don't think they have acting courses. I'm not sure. I'm saying the 10 or 12 people per year they take. It means nothing. So people have to come from outside. They have no chance. See, now I do theatre. I never take government grants for it, and I don't use corporate sponsorship because corporates won't like the kind of theatre I do. Okay, so I do it on my own. I depend on box office. Most times we lose money. None of us get paid. I don't pay my actors also. Very rarely we can manage to pay actors. So we do this. If you call that nepotism, why don't you try it? Put money and do theatre, we'll see. See, I'm saying media is kind of loose tongue. They don't understand, and they spread this kind of gossip as though this is true forever. But nepotism is a very strange word. It's the denial of opportunity, to others is nepotism. But if you are making a film and you want to use your own son or a nephew or bhatija or whoever you want to do, it's up to you. It's your money. You're doing it. So I would be careful about using the term nepotism because of that.
Sir, आपने acting की बात की, acting schools की बात की. Real acting institute सिखाता है या life सिखाती है?
See, life teaches you everything, but it doesn't seem like it with what we have done with humans, what we have done to the planet. It doesn't seem life has taught us anything. Actually, we have destroyed more life on the planet, than nature had planned for us.
Very true.
Right? So I don't think humans learn actually. So that question, whether acting can be learned or acting can be taught, I will answer like this. You may have a potential to be a scientist. You may have imagination and curiosity. Okay? But I cannot let you do brain surgery because of that, right? You need to train to be a brain surgeon.
Very true.
So you want to act in a film or you want to be a cinematographer, you should know lensing because it's a technological thing. You should know what is framing. You should have ideas of composition. You may have natural talent. You may have natural talent to sing, for instance, but singing classical music or playing an instrument is a technical thing, right? You need to learn it. I'm saying you have to to play an instrument, you have to fine tune it. You have to train the instrument, you know. Same way, the body is the instrument of acting. What do you have for acting? You have the body. See, in Abhinaya Darpana, just imagine 2,400 years ago.
Back, right.
Imagine, okay? Nandikeshwara says, you know, Angikam Bhuvanam Yasya. Anybody who's got some classical background will sing this, you know. Angikam Bhuvanam Yasya Vachikam Sarvam Agmayam Aharyam Chandrataradi Tam Namah Satvekam Shivam. What he means is that Abhinaya, acting, is in 4 categories, you know. And where you see that the Angika, the body must embody everything that is physical, you know, like the earth itself, everything that is physical. It must embody. Vachikam, the voice must be able to bring forth every sound that is there, you know, that is available, you know, into speech. Aharya is the things that you use daily, costume and ornaments, and now you have to say lighting and sets and props and so on, you know. That it must come from Aharya is day. Aharya is what you use daily, you know. That should begin from the sun, moon and the stars, Chandra, Taradi. It should begin from there. All that you should be able to use. But to produce emotion, Sat is, if I'm showing sorrow, even although I've trained for 3 months and I don't cry anymore over that scene, but on stage at that moment, exactly at that moment, tears should come, or sweat should come, or I should become pale, or I should blush on stage, you know. That is Sat, the material change should happen to you, and that comes from inner consciousness, and their life matters. The anubhava of life that you have in your memory, you marshal that to emote, you know, as a witness, not the person actually suffering. An actor doesn't suffer, the character suffers, you know.
Right.
You lend your mind and emotion to the character also. So it's that complex. It's not a simple question whether you can learn from life. Learning from life is required, but it's not sufficient.
अगर मैं गलत
I'm sorry I'm so long with that answer.
No, sir, just perfect. अगर मैं गलत नहीं हूँ तो भरत मुनि ने भी नाट्यशास्त्र की जो अवधारणा बताई है, जो उसमें प्रिंसिपल्स बताए हैं एक्टिंग के लिए, वो कुछ इस तरह के ही हैं. एक सक्सेसफुल एक्टर और एक अच्छा एक्टर, इसमें क्या डिफरेंस होता है?
A good actor is a competent actor, okay, who can be given, or she can be given something to do. She understands it and she lends her body, mind, and if possible spirit or soul to the role, okay. So that is competence, you know. A good actor can do that.
Right.
A successful actor is somebody who has that extra thing of actually capturing the attention, you know, of the audience a lot more than another person who is equally competent can do, because they may have natural gifts of looks, of voice, or lasya, grace of body. You know, they may be gifted with that, you know. And some people have an intangible, you can't put your finger on it, charisma or an aura, and you know, and they become successful. You can't explain it. If you could explain it, everybody would be successful.
बिल्कुल. आपने जिस करिश्मा की बात की, अभी फिलहाल में कंटेम्प्रेरी जो एक्टर्स हैं, उनमें आपके फेवरेट एक्टर कौन हैं?
Favorite? I don't watch that much cinema. I mean, I may have done 85, 90 films, but as I told you, but I may have watched only 25 or 30. I don't watch. But I think I know that Manoj Bajpayee, I think he's a very
fine actor.
He's a very fine actor.
Right.
And there's something attractive about him. You know, there is something about Shah Rukh Khan, you know, where I'm not sure, you know,
but we
that
all would agree Shah Rukh Khan.
Yeah, that I would say is a model of good acting. I'm not dissing what he does, but you know, he was very good in Chak De, for instance. But I think there is something about him on screen, that intangible thing is there. You feel affection and pleasure when you watch him.
Very true.
So there are actors for occasions, actors for roles, and actors for movies. So it's like that. But will I go and watch a film like I used to do in the past because this actor is there? that era is over for me at my age, but I would watch like that in my early years when I was born in Bangalore. So Dr. Rajkumar was a very big icon
Yes.
of Kannada cinema. I would just like completely, if somebody abused him in a movie, I would start crying. That kind of fan I was of his. I had the same feeling as a teenager with Amitabh Bachchan. I was a very, very big fan of his. So, yeah.
सर अभी इंडियन सिनेमा में जिस तरह की फिल्म्स बन रही हैं, जिस सब्जेक्ट्स पे फिल्म बन रही है, कैसा लगता है आपको वो माहौल देखकर?
There's one very good thing that has happened, because from the 80s, if you notice, I've acted in a lot of such films which are based on real life, real history, real people, real incidents, kind of many movies that I have done actually are those films, okay? If you just offhand remember some 3-4 films, all of them are actually based on real people or real events, okay?
जी.
Even if you're in your head, if you watched any of the films that I've been in, even Pathan would have been based on a thing like that had it been a
But we all can connect with the movie because there is something reality in the movie.
But Pathan is fiction, but there are other movies that I've done which are actually like based on real events. I think that's a very good reckoning that young people are having, younger directors, younger writers in India are having, especially in Hindi cinema and in Tamil, Malayalam cinema. They have this reckoning of near history, of events that have just happened, and of hot burning topics, things that have been kind of hidden, brushed away into the carpet, or hidden under the carpet if you wish. They were both different activities, right?
Right.
So they're able to confront it even from a time of a film like Neerja,
Neerja.
Yeah, they have done films like this. So I think that's a good trend, a reckoning with history. See, to know who you are, your memory is important.
Very true.
So let me explain it like this. If your memory is removed from you, you don't have an identity crisis from then on. You don't have, Jat Path, you don't have religion, you don't have nationality, skin color, good, bad, nothing. You have idea of what is good looking, bad looking. No, these are all actually like notions. No cockroach will think it's bad looking, right? So it's natural to you. But with identity, all these problems come. We have made them problems. They need not have been. We could have enjoyed this diversity instead of actually making hierarchy, so to speak.
Exactly.
So the idea of memory is extremely important for identity. To know who you are, you must remember who you are. If you don't remember who you are nobody. In the same way, when you say I, you mean who? To me, it means this autonomous I is a fake thing. We are creatures of identity. We are ethnocentric, We belong to an ethos. Your name comes from an ethos. Your clothes come from an ethos. What you eat, how you talk, the language you use, your memories, your experience comes from an ethos. To say I'm alone in the cosmos, that Adhyatma thing is a very late thing if it happens,
Yes.
like when your eyes float up, until then, basically like, so collectively as a people, we should remember who we are. We will know who we are if we remember who we are. And to be blind to what shaped you, why am I speaking in English to you? I should have been speaking Hindi to you. And
I will come on that question also.
no, but that mistake has happened because when they framed the constitution, when we became a independent, united India, we had an opportunity to create one national language. But we didn't take that opportunity. We chose a regional language. And a question had come up that should Sanskrit be made the national language? And I will not take names, but it had been shot down. You should have made English the national language then. But if you think that was not correct, you should have made some effort to find a way out of this. Because we didn't do that, we struggle with this language problem. But it will be solved soon because of technology. You know, soon we'll have a system where you can have a, you know, a
Earphone-like
Bluetooth kind of thing, and I'll talk in the language of my choice and you'll hear it in the language of your choice. Actually, there is an app that has just come out, a beta version has just come. I don't want to promote it, so I won't tell its name. But it is doing simultaneous translation almost immediately, very good translation.
Right. I've seen that you were invited in India today's an event, a talk show, जहाँ पर आपने कहा कि जो आपकी मदर टंग है कन्नड़, जब आप वहाँ पर किसी को बैंक का फॉर्म देते हैं और वो इंग्लिश में देखता है तो उसे ऐसी फीलिंग आती है जैसे वो लर्नेड नहीं है या वो एजुकेटेड नहीं है. यही सारी प्रॉब्लम्स एक हिंदी पट्टी में भी होती है कई बार अंग्रेज़ी को लेकर. आपको क्या लगता है हमारे देश में ऐसी क्या बात है या क्या प्रॉब्लम है जिसकी वजह से हम अपनी रीजनल लैंग्वेज पे इंटीग्रेट नहीं रह पाते हैं?
Because of the nonsense that is there in the Constitution. Article 343 to Article 351 in the Constitution makes Hindi mandatory. When we were kids, you know, we had not seen television. Till I was 21, I had not seen television. We would listen to commentary, cricket commentary on the radio, and they'll play it partly in English, and then somebody will come and speak in Hindi. It was really forced on us. You know, we love cricket, that's why we are listening to the commentary, and they use that opportunity to actually make us learn Hindi. Whereas you at birth, you speak such beautiful Hindi because you know you were born here, it was natural to you. If I force Kannada commentary on you, what would you have felt? You must imagine what it is to non-Hindi states here, you know. And you know, it's insensitive and dumb and stupid. And I'm not blaming any one prime minister for it. It's a collective nonsense of the people who made that. It should be removed. If you do that, it will be changed. I'll tell you one ugliness of all this. In Bangalore, when the metro rail came, the metro rail comes with some central government money. It comes with some foreign loan from Japan, and it comes from some money from the state. But we will eventually pay for it, the people, okay? Huh? So the thing is, they had name boards of stations in English and in Hindi.
Okay.
And no, I think in English, Hindi and Kannada, I think they had, okay? I mean, let me be fair. I think they had it in 3 languages.
Okay.
And I said, you know, what does this mean? Why is Hindi there? I said. And somebody said, you know, why are you acting in Hindi movies? That is because I got a job. It's my duty to learn that. You know, if I go to France, they won't let you inside if you don't know, you know, you won't get a job in France if you don't know. No? So I'm acting in a role, I'll learn the language. This has got nothing to do with that. But anyway, I didn't explain that. I'm just telling you. I said, see, Karnataka borders Tamil Nadu, you know, Andhra Pradesh and Telangana. It borders Goa, Konkani is spoken there. It borders Kerala, where Malayalam is spoken. Okay? And inside Karnataka, we have Tulu as a very big language. We have Konkani as a language.
Yeah, there are so many dialects.
There are not just dialects, different languages. With different scripts.
Yes, and literature
Lipi,
also.
Different literature. But you're just this, because the MD of that, he said at that time that, you know, there are so many people who come from the north, they won't understand. What about people from my neighborhood? Now, why I'm saying it's ugly is, you have Kannada, because it's the state language. You have made the linguistic states. You know,
yes.
You people have made it, okay? Now you made the linguistic states, you have it in Kannada. You know, and have an electronic section below. Every 6 seconds, you do it in all the 16 languages that you print on the currency note. We don't mind. Why are you denying the other? I don't understand. Is there a logic to it? It is this thing, this kind of bloody mindedness, that is the problem. If we are generous to each other, we can love each other. There is no problem.
Very true.
See, Amin Sayani has done a lot more to promote Hindi in my home than the Constitution of India has done. Let me put it that way.
Right.
Yeah, with love, you know.
With love. So my last question. पिछले कुछ सालों में OTT के आने की वजह से सिनेमा ने एक शिफ्ट देखा है. ऑडियंस में भी, बिहेवियर में भी चेंज आया है, चॉइस में भी चेंज आया है. OTT को आप किस तरह से देखते हैं?
See, OTT, because it is a subscriber-based model, which commercial cinema also is, okay? But commercial cinema had the pretense for all these years that the producer or the director will say, or even the actor will say, I would like to do films, like Lawrence of Arabia, but Indian audience, they like only this kind of thing. So I do it like this, they'll say. To a large extent, that is true. If I extend that logic, more people watch porn than they watch your film. Okay, but that is not good cinema. It is cinema actually, moving images. That's what it is, but it is not good cinema. You can't use that excuse that more people will watch it, that's why I do this, OTT takes away that excuse because a large number of highly educated people, who can pay for content, watch, OTT.
Right.
So the shift in audience behavior has rattled industry to a certain extent because that's why they are making films of mega budgets, because that's how you can counter OTT. But eventually, I think, as the audience as you begin to get a better audience, this is as you make better films, you begin to get a better audience. It starts the other way also. When you have better audience, you'll make better films. Both are true, but one should help the other happen. If you persist in doing the kind of films you made in the past, I think you'll be washed away. And they realize that. So if you spend 400 crores and make 600 crores, it is not as successful as spending 30 crores and making 300 crores. You should remember that. Okay?
Right.
So eventually, I think the trend will be towards making better cinema.
प्रकाश सर, हमसे बात करने के लिए, IMA के कॉन्क्लेव 2014 में हमसे बात करने के लिए, हमारे सवालों के जवाब देने के लिए और आपकी इतने इंसाइटफुल थॉट्स को जानकर हमें बहुत खुशी हुई. थैंक यू सो मच सर.
Thank you. I'm very envious of your Hindi. I can speak Hindi. If I'm given a script, I'll learn it in 5 minutes. But
sir, believe me,
I'm terrified.
It is a beautiful language. I equally respect Kannada and other Indian languages, but Hindi is a beautiful language.
It's very beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.